Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the VANBAR Trail Camera. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is a VANBAR Trail Camera or weatherproof outdoor camera. And here are some of its features. And now let's go ahead and open up the box by sliding the sleeve off from the box packaging. And setting that card sleeve to the right hand side of the frame. And let's continue by opening up this box. And revealing the contents inside. And let's pop the contents out from the box packaging. And checking on the underside to make sure nothing is attached or stuck on the underside of that card insert, and continuing to remove the contents from the plain cardboard box and setting them on the tabletop. So that's the box emptied. You can set that to the side. And now just spreading the contents out so you have a nice full and clear view of all the items and accessories from this VANBAR Trail Camera box packaging. So doing some juggling around. And right there, hopefully you have a nice full view of the items from this box packaging. So right there. Okay, so let's start off by first taking a look at this leaflet here. So there is some offer for a free gift. And let's set it down to the side, and moving right along we have the user manual for the VANBAR Trail Camera. I'm just showing you the thickness of this user manual or booklet. Let's open it up to see the details contained inside. So there is a packing list as well as various other setup and use instructions for this trail camera. So the trail camera can be linked by Wi-Fi to the Hunting Camera Pro app. And continuing to the final pages of this user manual. So that's the user manual, and of course giving you a close-up look to the items and accessories shown in the packing list. Okay, so setting that user manual down on the left hand side, we can move right along. So we do have a packet here. Let's tip the contents out to see what's in here. So there are some wall plugs and some Phillips head screws, as well as what appears to be a mounting link, as you can see right there, with a 1/4 inch screw thread. So mounting post or link. Alright, setting that down and moving right along, there is a packet here as well. So this packet, let's open it up and take a nice clear look. So this is a USB to mini USB cable. So USB type A to mini USB. Giving you a close-up look right there at the connector ends of this cable. So likely used for charging or recharging the trail camera. And moving right along, we do have a strap over here. So let's undo the rubber band and giving you a look at this nylon strap. So this nylon strap is likely used for strapping the trail camera on a tree trunk or something with some girth. It's right there giving you a look. So it does have a simple clip locking or fastening right there. Okay, and moving right along, so this is going to mess up the table slightly. So just finding a spot somewhere there. And of course we do have a mounting base over here, made from metal with 3 mounting holes to be used, of course, with the post. So simply, of course, undoing that and then fastening or putting the post through and securing it with the nut. So setting those items down, actually I'll put these two items together so that makes more visual sense. Right there, along with the packet of plugs. And of course we do have a remote control here, so giving you a look at this remote control with a really supple silicone strap. And it's interesting to see that it is vented as well to keep your wrist nice and cool. And right there is the remote control itself with an on and off buttons, and you can see the red LED flash as I tapped or pressed down on those buttons. And to give you some idea of the size right there, I do have a 6 3/4 inch wrist, roughly about 17.2 centimeters in circumference. And right there with the remote control just placed on top of my wrist to give you some idea of the size. Okay, so setting that down, moving lastly and mainly to the VANBAR Trail Camera itself. So right here in this packet, it's nice to see that it is recyclable, so we can always recycle the bag thoughtfully. And setting that to the side. So we have the VANBAR Trail Camera. You can see that it is in a kind of woodlands or forest camo with light brown and dark brown shadings and simulated texture, of course. However, of course, it is nice and smooth to the touch. So taking a look all around at this VANBAR Trail Camera. So it does have a maximum video capture resolution of 1296p at 30 frames per second, or the more conventional 1080p at 30 frames per second as well. So full HD capture. So giving you a look right round at the various aspects of this outdoor video camera. And just setting it down so you have a nice clear view of it with my hands and fingers out of the way, to have some sense of this trail camera and the various sides of its design. And of course, to give you some idea of the size, resting in my palm, it does have a slight weight to it, nothing too heavy or noticeable. Right there, giving you some sense of the size of this trail camera resting in my palm. And now let's take a close-up look at the details. So we can see that it does have 3 PIRs or passive infrared sensors, and of course the main camera itself right there, also capable of catching or snapping 24 megapixel stills. And of course there are some protective plastic film attached to the PIR sensors as well as the camera lens. So make sure to always remove those before use to ensure maximum performance and video quality. And taking a look at the base, let's take this cap to reveal the power port. So the DC input port right there with a DC 6-volt label as far as I can see through my camcorder's LCD. So closing that up. So this outdoor trail camera is IP66 rated. So it is dustproof as well as waterproof, making it a weatherproof and suitable outdoor recording or monitoring device in various weather or climate conditions. So taking a further outlook once again, and of course giving you some idea of the construction. And you can see there are 2 loops here to work with the strap that's provided that we saw earlier. And in the background at the top, let's move it along slightly. It's right there giving you another look. Okay, now let's pop open the catch over here. And there's a hinge on the opposite side. And let's open if we can. So the bottom part does open, not the entire back. It's right there giving you a look at the base. So there is a 2-inch LCD at the base and front of this trail camera. So to give you a better idea, let's close it back up so you can see right there what we've just done by unclipping and swinging out that front compartment. So there is a layer of protective film on it as well. So let's turn it on, but before I do that, giving you a look at the connectors. So we saw earlier the DC charging port or power supply plug on the left hand side that lines up to the outer cover right there. Let's swing it open again and take a look at the different connectors. So DC 6-volt AV in or out, not quite sure, and of course the mini USB port right there. And let's find out what this does. So pressing that down does open up this compartment right there at the bottom that takes what appears to be 4 AA batteries. So giving you a look right there at the overall design of this part of the VANBAR Trail Camera. So it is spring-loaded, as you can see right there, with a nice mechanism with the release button at the top right there, and giving you a look at the different switches and controls for this trail camera, and on the right hand side as well. Okay, so let's pop in some batteries. So I do have 4 Amazon Basics pre-charged rechargeable AA batteries, which I've unboxed on the channel before, so you can always look up these batteries. And now let's pop these batteries in to the compartment. And let's see if we can remove. Obviously that's not going to fit, so we need to make sure that we are able to remove that battery compartment in order for us to fit those batteries in. So always refer to the user manual so that we ensure proper use and operation. So right there, it actually takes 8 AA batteries instead of 4, now that we've pulled the entire battery holder out. So giving you a look right there. Okay, so just setting that down, so you have once again a full view of this VANBAR Trail Camera. And I'm just going to locate some more batteries. So I managed to find some Sanyo rechargeable batteries. So let's pop them in the battery compartment. So we have 8 AA batteries in there. Now let's pop the battery holder back in. So giving you a look once again how to remove that battery compartment. Once you've released that initial lock, you press and hold down and you should be able to continue with sliding out the rest of the battery compartment. Okay, so making sure that it is nicely clipped in place. Let's turn on the VANBAR camera. And of course now it's asking for an SD card, so there is a slot on the right hand side of the frame that takes a standard SD card size. Let's turn off the camera, and over here I have an SD card which I've unboxed or unpacked very recently. It does have the SanDisk high endurance micro SDXC card in it. Let's pop it in to the slot and turn the trail camera on. So right there, giving you a look at the trail camera. So I think it started functioning upon turning it on. And let's find out. Let's press on the OK and let's see what happens. Obviously, always read the instructions before attempting to use or operate any such device. And so just tapping around to figure out what's what. So there is a setup. Let's go into the setup mode. So right now it's in the setup mode and the camera is pointing directly at the ceiling light. But nonetheless, let's press on mode and see what's what. So tapping through on the mode does give you a list or range of options right there. So once again, just going to cycle fully through the modes. So this appears to be the current setting in the video recording mode. You can see 1080p showing on the top left hand side, and of course there is the time and date as well. Let's tap. So this appears to be the picture mode with 5 megapixels indicating 5M, and tapping once again looks to be a review mode showing that there's nothing to be found on the micro SDXC card, or the SD card to be exact. And now taking a look at the various modes right there. So going to cycle through. The pages so you can see the list of settings or options for this VANBAR Trail Camera. So there we go, we've cycled through the entire list. So there is about 5 pages. So this is the first page with photo, image size, picture number, resolution, video length, and so on and so forth. Second page, third page, fourth page, and a fifth page. And just giving you a look at the current version details. And now let's take a quick look at the different settings. And let's set it to the maximum settings. So right there you can see 24M, 24 megapixels. Let's go with that. Photos, 3 photos. Resolution, you can see it does go up to 1296p. Let's give that a try. And video length. Let's increase the video length and find out what the maximum is. So I'm just cycling down. So we can see that the maximum is 180 seconds, which is 3 minutes. Let's set it for 10 seconds. instead of the default 5. And PIR interval, let's have a look at that. Let's just leave that at the default setting. So you can see that it does go up to 59 and probably 59. But let's set it back down to 30, which is the default setting. And you can see it scrolling through. And it doesn't look to be any way of getting out of this setting. Maybe pressing and holding. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to tap on that mode to go out. And let's have a look at PIR sensitivity. So there's low, medium, high. Let's leave it at medium. And PIR LED, let's tap on that. Let's go with super fine for maximum image quality. And let's take a look at time lapse, off or on, monitoring period, off or on, recording audio, off or on. Let's leave it on. Date and time, we can set the date and time accordingly. So let's do that. So that's the month, and of course the day and the time in hours. And that's just fine. Okay, and to go out, simply tap on the mode to go or step out from that screen. And time format, we can take a look in there, 12 to 24 hours. Date stamp, let's keep that on. Camera name, let's leave it as it is. So okay that. And then beep sound, there's on or off. Language, we can see that there are a list of languages spanning 3 pages or 2.5 pages. Let's go back. Password setting, and there is an off and on for password, and the Wi-Fi setting as well. And then format, for formatting the SD card or memory card. And we've seen those settings. Let's go back out. So we're ready to record. And of course, let's have a look. So simply with okay, so let's format the memory card to make sure that everything's correct. And set for this VANBAR Trail Camera, so just formatting and going to the picture mode, and right there you can hear that simulated shutter sound. And of course, let me just take a snap this way around. Let me just get it into picture mode and point it at the tabletop. So you can hear the 3 shots that it took. And let's take a look at the images on the screen, so giving you some idea right there of the 3 snaps, and from earlier as well when it took a shot of the pendant light. So 6 images with the 3 bursts. And let's do a quick test of the video recording. I'm just going to hit that OK. Oops, that was in the, not quite sure what happened there, but let's tap on OK. or maybe go back to the setup again. And if we press OK, just making sure that it does record right there, so you can see the red recording text with the time counter, and just pressing on OK does stop the recording. So simply OK does the job, and we can always review the footage as well, but nonetheless giving you a quick look. And of course the film, or the protective film, is still attached to the camera and its lenses, and you can see the two lights flashing away there. Let's see what mode we've left it in. So you can see right there we're still in the setup mode. Let's turn it off for now, and then peeling off the protective film on the PIR sensors. So 3 PIR sensors in total. The second one is right here, and of course there's a middle one as well. So it does have a very wide angle lens on this trail camera with a 120-degree width or scope. So right there, giving you a look. And let's peel off the protective sticker or film that's on the lens as well. So right there, trying to get a grip on the tab. And peeling that sticker off. So the shots we saw earlier may have been compromised slightly with the protective film still on the lens, but nonetheless, let's take a look at the video footage with this trail camera set outdoors. Just making sure that it does record right there, so you can see the red recording text with the time counter.